Hi, I'm Peter Dyson. I'm a personal injury lawyer in Delray Beach, Florida. Today I'm going to talk to you about pain and suffering. Your pain is more than a number. I'm going to tell you three ways how we're going to describe your pain and suffering and tell you how we're going to calculate it. The first way we're going to describe your pain and suffering is by describing the disability you have or the impairment. Listen, if you can't lift anymore, if you can't bend down anymore, if your life is limited, you have been disabled. That is an extremely important way to describe how your pain and suffering affects your life. The next way to describe your pain and suffering is the inconvenience of it all. Sitting in doctor's offices, waiting to get injections, all that takes up time that you'd rather spend doing something else. Another way your pain and suffering inconveniences you is just doing everyday things. Listen, if you can't sit for a while because of a back injury and you have a long drive ahead of you, all those frequent breaks just to stretch out is a true inconvenience. Inconvenience is an important part of the pain and suffering because it interrupts your life. The next way to describe how pain and suffering has affected your life is a loss of capacity to enjoy life. That's very personal to you because everyone has different hobbies and different things that they like to do. Just an example, if you love bike riding with your kids and you go with them a couple times a week and you can't bike ride anymore, that's a big loss, especially when you compare it to someone who, let's say, only rides once a year and just takes their bike out. Well, when you compare the two, that loss of not being able to bond with your kids is huge. Loss of capacity to enjoy life also includes things like not attending weddings, not going on trips. All those things are very important that this accident took away from you. How does a jury calculate the amount of pain and suffering? Well, there is some math involved. First, they look how many years are you expected to live based on some tables. They take those number of years and they multiply it times 365 days a year. Then they multiply it times the amount of hours you have pain and suffering or have these other problems. From there, they calculate the number once they figure out that hourly rate. That's how a lot of juries will come up with the amount of pain and suffering that you're going through. You have pain, you have suffering, you have disability, and you can't do the things the way you used to. You have inconvenience, and this is just one more thing on your plate. And you can't even enjoy the things you used to. But here at Dyson Law, we have the proper framework to describe what you're going through to an insurance company or a jury. Call us at the number below.